Hello, thank you for joining me for another 2-Minute Talk. I am William, the president of Quantum Franchise Group. In an earlier 2-Minute Talk, I explained to you that franchises are not purchased, they're actually awarded. And in today's 2-Minute Talk, I'm going to teach you how to be rejected as a franchise owner candidate before you even really get started with the process. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, the first way to be rejected as a franchise owner candidate is to simply be unresponsive. As your franchise broker and consultant, one of the first things that I'm going to do after you and I finish up our brand presentation meeting, and you've identified 1 or 2 or 3 companies that you're really excited about exploring further, is I'm going to register you as a candidate with that company and introduce you to the franchise development team. Now, very likely within 24 hours or so, someone from their team is going to be reaching out to you, either through email or a text message or maybe even a phone call, just to introduce themselves, get your calendars out and schedule a brief discovery call so that they can answer any and all questions you have, tell you a little bit more about the opportunity, and discuss the process moving forward. If you are unresponsive to that initial outreach, then there's a very good chance that they are going to dismiss you right off the bat as someone who's interested in learning about their brand. So here's the key: respond, and respond quickly. As soon as you get that email, that text message, that phone call, respond and let them know that you're eager and excited to learn more. The second way to be dismissed as a serious candidate is failing to show up. Maybe you responded to that initial outreach and you responded quickly, and an appointment was set for an initial phone call or Zoom meeting, and that day and time arrives and they're waiting for you and you're nowhere to be found. That is going to get you dismissed pretty quickly as a candidate. Now, we all understand that things happen, emergencies arise, sometimes we just cannot make it to an appointment. If you foresee that happening, reach out to your contact, just ask them to reschedule and they'll be happy to do so. If some kind of emergency arises that you did not anticipate that prevents you from being there for that appointment, as soon as you have the opportunity, reach out to your contact, apologize, explain what happened, and ask them to reschedule. And if you take the initiative to do that, they're going to be very understanding and they'll be happy to reschedule that meeting for you. All right, the third way to be dismissed as a candidate before you really get started is to actually show up, but to show up without energy. If in those initial conversations and meetings you show up and appear to be bored or disinterested, you don't have any questions, or you don't interact, you seem disengaged from the process, they are going to pretty quickly wonder, well, if this is all the energy this person can bring to the discovery process, are they really going to bring very much energy to operating the business if we award it to them? So when you show up with energy, let them know that you're very interested and engaged. Come prepared with questions and talking points and things that you want to make sure that you cover in that meeting, and let them know you're excited about this process and you can't wait to get to the next step. So if you've been following my 2-minute talks for any length of time, you've already discovered they're never 2 minutes. My apologies. It is what it is. And this one's going to be no different. So the fourth way to be dismissed as a franchise owner candidate before you really get too far into the process is by not following the process. Let me explain. Every franchise company out there has a very detailed step-by-step process that they take all of their candidates through, and they are not going to deviate from their process to accommodate you. You are the one who is going to have to understand the process. They'll explain it to you in the very beginning, and then agree to follow that process. Now, you're going to have your own personal process of due diligence and making sure that this is the right thing for you, but the key here is marrying your process to the franchisor's process in such a way that they do not feel compelled to deviate from their process to accommodate you. All right, here we are at the end. The fifth way to be dismissed as a serious franchise candidate is by engaging in something that no grown adult should ever engage in, and that is ghosting behavior. If at any point in the process you simply disappear, stop responding, stop communicating, we're all going to dismiss you very quickly and go ahead and close your file. Ghosting not only demonstrates a lack of professionalism, but quite frankly, it demonstrates a lack of maturity. So, as a grown adult, no ghosting allowed. If you ever get to the point in the process where you're feeling like, this isn't for me, just do us all a favor, send us a message, let us know so we can close your file, and all of us can live happily ever after. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. Look, if you're going to explore franchise ownership right from the beginning, you need to be in it to win it. And I'm going to be right there by your side to make sure that we win it together. We'll see you next time.